To estimate gas for Uniswap, remove liquidity. Start by understanding the basics of Uniswap and the concept of liquidity pools. Uniswap is a decentralized exchange protocol that facilitates token swaps on the Ethereum blockchain. Liquidity pools are reserves of tokens that are locked in a smart contract to enable trading. The first step in estimating gas for Uniswap remove liquidity is to determine the amount of liquidity you want to remove. This can be done by checking your liquidity provider tokens on platforms like Etherscan or the Uniswap interface. Next, you need to consider the complexity of the transaction. Removing liquidity from Uniswap involves multiple steps, including approving the transaction, calculating the amount of tokens to be removed, and executing the removal. Each of these steps requires a certain amount of gas. To estimate the gas required, you can use online tools like ETH Gas Station or Gas Now, which provide real-time estimates of gas prices based on the current network congestion. You can also use the Uniswap interface to estimate the gas cost of the transaction. A general rule of thumb is to allocate at least 200,000 to 300,000 gas for a standard remove liquidity transaction. However, this amount may vary depending on the size of the transaction and the current network conditions. Another important factor to consider is the gas price. The gas price is measured in GUE, and it can fluctuate depending on the network congestion. A higher gas price can increase the cost of the transaction, but it can also ensure that the transaction is processed faster. To minimize the gas cost, it is recommended to remove liquidity during periods of low network congestion, such as during late night or early morning hours. You can also use gas-saving tools like batch transactions or gas-efficient smart contracts to reduce the gas cost. In conclusion, estimating gas for Uniswap remove liquidity requires a thorough understanding of the Uniswap protocol, the complexity of the transaction, and the current network conditions. By considering these factors and using online tools to estimate gas prices, you can minimize the gas cost and ensure a smooth and efficient transaction.